This midterm is seeing a huge turnout, and it's not just coming from the normal group of voters.
Yeah, it is a bit surprising. Younger people showing up at the ballot box. Adam Bennett in Kingwood at one of the county's busiest polling sites. Adam, the numbers surprising because we know most voters are baby boomers.
That's right, Glenn. And getting these numbers was as easy as going into the Harris County Clerk's office and filling out a public records request. But some political experts say that these numbers suggest that big predicted surge in young voters might actually be happening. At this busy early voting site in Kingwood.
Well, I embarrassed him a little because I said, oh, this is his first time voting. So.
Gina Dickens and her son Zachary's civic enthusiasm was easy to spot.
I just wanted to put my voice out there and make sure that the right person would be voted in.
The 18-year-old Kingwood High School student isn't alone.
We didn't really expect that on Monday we would see a lot of voters who were under 35. Big mistake.
KHOU 11 political analyst Bob Stein crunched the data from a list of the record 63,000 Harris County voters who cast their ballot in person on Monday, day one of early voting. Stein found 15% of all voters that day were under the age of 35. For a presidential year election, around 40% of everyone registered in that age group typically votes. But Stein says if Monday's numbers continue, that rate for this year's midterms will be around 50%.
That will mean a 10-point increase over what they have performed in presidential elections, 2016 and 2012. That's very unusual.
Stein says just over half of those voters live in majority non-white precincts.
So we're seeing two groups that historically don't show up are showing up on the first day of early voting.
Still, he says predominantly Republican precincts saw the same surge in young voters, and guessing which party will benefit isn't as easy to read.
Younger voters do something that their older voters don't do: split their ticket. They are not strong partisans.
Still, Stein says in recent history that day one has been the best single-day predictor of overall turnout, which he thinks could be around 40% overall if these trends continue. He says that's 7 percentage points, or about 200,000 people higher than in the 2014 elections. Mia?
Interesting findings. Adam Bennett, thanks so much. Now, one thing those early voters are deciding on is the Senate race between Ted Cruz and Beto O'Rourke. A new poll out today is giving the Republican incumbent the lead in that race. It's from Ipsos, which puts Cruz 5 points ahead of O'Rourke. The last poll from them put the Democrat 2 points ahead. So this is a big change. They asked 2,000 likely voters online between October 12th and 18th.
Yeah, those numbers keep changing over the last several weeks. You can find polling places, read up on the issues, and find sample ballots on our voter guide, KHOU.com, or on the KHOU 11 News app.